Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking just a bit about hysterectomy, one of the most common operations performed on women in the United States and internationally every year. As a matter of fact, 1 in 4 women by the time they're age 60 will be recommended or will consider undergoing removal of their uterus, which is the defined terminology for what a hysterectomy actually is. So hyster refers to uterus and ectomy refers to removal of. A lot of times people come in asking about a total versus a partial versus a subtotal hysterectomy. As surgeons, we're not huge fans of those terms because they don't truly define exactly what's being removed. So when you hear the term hysterectomy, it really is only referring to the uterus itself. Some patients prefer, if possible, to preserve the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and other patients prefer, or the doctors will recommend, removing the entire uterus along with the cervix, and that can be for a variety of reasons. In our practice, especially if there's a pelvic pain component, we may recommend removing the uterus along with the cervix. If we remove the fallopian tubes, that's referred to as a salpingectomy, and removing the ovaries is an oophorectomy. So a lot of patients get confused about whether or not having a hysterectomy will put them into menopause and give them the symptoms that they hear about related to menopause. And those symptoms are typically more related to removing the ovaries and dropping the hormones that are secreted by the ovaries. So very important to understand that the real only function of the human uterus is for keeping a pregnancy inside of it and achieving childbirth. So if fertility is no longer a desire of a patient, then having a loss of the uterus really should not yield any significant problems when it comes to hormonal function. Very important to consider, though, is the number of surgeries that your doctor performs when you're deciding where to go to have your hysterectomy or other surgery. At our practice in Portland, we embrace the minimally invasive approach, which is laparoscopic, using very small incisions in the abdominal wall to enter what we call the peritoneal cavity, the pelvic cavity. We prefer this approach because it's less invasive, it's less painful, and we have an opportunity to look throughout the abdomen, looking at the liver and the gallbladder, the bowels as well, and even having an external view of the bladder at the time of the surgery. Therefore, we can address any other issues that might be happening in the pelvis at the time of surgery. We perform a very high volume of laparoscopic hysterectomy. We, as a matter of fact, do these surgeries completely outpatient, where you get to go home the same day. There is information on our website I would encourage you to read, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to my staff here at the Pearl Women's Center. We'd be more than happy to review your case and give you an opinion, and we'd be happy to see you as well. Have a great day.